So how many bees do you think it is? Like 20,000?
Probably between 60 and 80.
60 to 80,000. Wow. And this was definitely a hive. That's a big one, huh? So how many?
What's going to happen to the honey?
Trash.
Trash. You don't save it and eat it?
Baking soda has really helped. Yeah. Okay. So Tina brought a paste out.
Can we have your name, please?
Sarah.
Sarah, what's your last name?
It's okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Sarah, tell us, what happened here today?
Her car is still parked there. She parked her car to get some supplies to come and clean in the house. And all of a sudden, I heard screaming. Went to get some water hose from there to put over. But my son called 911, and they come and took her to the hospital. Before we know it, she got stung so many times.
Okay, and did you know about them before, or they just came out of nowhere?
No, they were there before, but they never attacked me. Yeah.
All right.
She was coming to clean your house?
Mm-hmm.
Do we know if she was Hispanic?
She's Hispanic, yes.
She was by herself or she had another car?
She had 4 people to help her.
Where did all those people go, do you know?
My son took him to their house because the car is still there. She was the driver and she's in the hospital, so that's what happened. You're welcome.
All right, so we're going to start with your name.
All right.
Okay? Your name and
Matthew
the-
Kilsmeyer.
And,
It's going to be MATTHEW KIELSMEIER.
tell us, Matthew, about here. What do you do here?
Basically, Bee Busters got a call from the Homeowners Association with the fire authority on scene. Apparently, there was a female that was stung multiple times, as well as 2 firefighters. We arrived on scene. I found a colony inside of a gas meter, and we treated it.
How big?
It was approximately, I'd say, 2 feet by 3 feet.
Is it too big and dangerous?
It's a moderate sized one. So it's been there for a little while.
How difficult is it to do the cleanup?
The cleanup itself isn't difficult. It's knowing what you can and can't do with bees. With Orange County, the majority of them are Africanized now, so they are more dangerous. Our advice is if you see any bees at all in a good quantity coming out of anything, either call us or call a bee company, but do not approach it.
What type of bees and how many bees do you estimate to be?
They more than likely they were Africanized honeybees, and I'd say between 30,000 and 80,000 bees.
Yeah?
Good to go?
So what happened?
Yeah, so today at 10:23, the OCFA received a call for a female patient that was stung possibly multiple times in the 23,000 block of Buckland in Lake Forest. Units arrived on scene and they found indeed a patient probably in her early 50s with hundreds of bees attached to her. She was stung multiple hundreds of times. We have standard protocols in place where we put on special bee gear and we apply foam, but the firefighters made the decision today to try to get in there and rescue that person as fast as they can. They made an excellent decision today. Unfortunately, they weren't fully protected. So we have one female in critical condition with hundreds of bee stings. We have 2 firefighters that were transported to Saddleback in stable condition with multiple bee stings. And we have 2 additional firefighters that were stung a few times that refused transport. So again, an excellent job by firefighters today. They made a very good rescue, put themselves in jeopardy, and they did a good job today.
And when they came up on her, describe, you were saying what she looked like.
Yeah, so the description I got from the first units on scene was basically she was literally covered from head to toe. Her face was completely covered with bees. So you can understand 1 or 2 bee stings we can handle, but when you're getting hundreds of bee stings, that's why this patient is in critical condition.
When the firefighters approached, they had to use an extinguisher or CO2?
Yeah, so our typical protocol is we extend a hose line, we put foam on there, which keeps the bees from flying. Today they just didn't have time to do that, so they grabbed the first thing they could, which was a carbon dioxide extinguisher, sprayed the patient, tried to get as many bees as they could off her, and tried to carry her to safety.
Was she conscious?
She was barely conscious was the word I got.
She was not alone, is your understanding? Do you know what happened to the other person?
I do not. The word I have is, so this was a cleaning lady for one of the houses here. The word I have is that there was another person, possibly a coworker, that was hosing her down, trying to get the bees off her, but I don't know the status or whereabouts.
And this danger is not yet over, is that fair to say?
No, so we have a bee company on scene. They're eradicating the beehives. The way the bees work, they're going to be around for a long time because they go to that scent. So even though the hive is gone, they're still sent there, so there's still going to be random bees flying around. But they removed about 10 pounds of beehive.
Any idea the last time that we've had Africanized bee attacks or stings like this?
You know, I don't have it right off the top of my head, I don't know, but I would like to say that if people start seeing multiple bees in one area, that they should call a bee company and make sure that it's nothing too serious, because I'm sure that's what happened here. We see random bees and we don't worry about it too much. So my advice is if you see that multiple bees congregating around somewhere, that you do call a bee company and have them come out and take a look at it.
When you are attacked by bees, how dangerous?
It's extremely dangerous. So somebody without an allergy gets stuck 1 or 2 times, or stung 1 or 2 times, it's not very bad, right? I've been stung a couple times, it's not very bad. When you get somebody stung multiple hundreds of times injecting that venom, you're going to have a serious issue. Anybody, allergy or not, is going to be in serious condition after that.
Your name again?
Captain Tony Bomarito.